Hey, what's up, everybody? Can you hear me okay? Mic check, chat check. Make sure we are good to go. We got too much going on. All right, let me know. Are we good? All right, your boy is scrambling, just getting here. Hey, what's up, Eric? Hey, welcome. Let's see. Dagurus? Hold on. Dagurasu. I think I'm saying that right. Let me know. Welcome. If you are becoming a member, or if you have become a member, just know two things. One, there is a Discord for this channel, right? It's members only. You can't search for it publicly. It's only here because members asked for a direct connection with me, and we just built a little community. So if you're a member here, great, you can find me there, but you have to be a member. However, if you're not a member, you're a subscriber, then I want to say about 30% of my viewers come from KGU, so which is Keenan Grace's Discord, which I'm a crown trader there. If you are looking for me, you can DM me over there as well. All content, for the most part, that I put here, I put there, is limited because I can't spam or do anything like that there. So I have to be very meticulous with what information I'm putting out over at KGU. Like, I think I got kind of carried away today on the tags, so my bad. But anyway, what's up, VCD? All right, so I'm reviewing a few things. I want to get a couple screenshots up. We're going to talk about it. It's Friday Funday. It's my kids' official day of spring break. So it was a wild 2 weeks in the market. So the goal right now is to kind of cover a little bit of what we've seen, what do I expect to happen, but then also I'm going to give away a couple journals, okay? It's just my way of giving back. I will always do this. I think the last one I did was for members only, and it was just the other day. He just got his journal today. But following this, if you are a member, there will be a members only live following this live stream, and there will be an exclusive giveaway for you guys, okay? However, I'm giving away 3 journals to people in this stream today. All right, so it's Friday Funday. We didn't win every trade, obviously not. It was a brutal couple weeks. We won some, we lost some. We're going to talk about it a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'll answer any questions that anybody might have. I might go over the technicals a little bit. Just know that this isn't a chart analysis video necessarily. We will look at the charts, but it's not about that. It's Friday, it's relax, it's chill. We're going to talk about our L's, aka our lessons, and we're going to talk about some of our wins, and we're going to set ourselves up for next week. Okay, Sunday, if you're a member, you already know. If you're an Orca, Angler, Megalodon, we will be doing our Sunday weekly strategy, which is Sunday night. We cover the market for the week, and we get our levels in, and we're prepared. All right. Also, Megalodons, you will have a deep dive going into a more in-depth look of the support and resistance. We did market analysis, we did supply demand, we did support and resistance, and market structure as well. And then now we're gonna piggyback off of that, and then we have the next round of training coming up too. Following this live, there will be a members only live, and to which we're gonna go over some of the verbiage, the charts, how to read the charts that I post, as well as we're going to talk about entries, exits, and what I mean by weakness below and above, weakness or strength above or below levels, and when to enter, when to probably take profits. We're going to talk about a lot of that because we got a lot of new members, and ultimately we all just need to speak the same language, okay? So while I just went on this little rant about what's going on, I got to review one thing on my phone, and then we're going to get into it. Please hit the like, the subscribe. If you're new here, subscribe. If you want to be a member, become a member. I'm going to post a link to our tier list, to which you can, you don't need to join, but if you're curious as to what it's all about or what's offered, then guess what? You can follow the link, you can read, and you can choose a plan that works best for you or not at all. Okay? All right, so give me a moment. I'm going to post that right now. And there you go. And I'm going to pin that to the top of the comments. For you, Dagurasu, I'm sorry, man, if I'm butchering your name. I'm going to call you Dag. All right. This right here is the members only videos. That's the link for that. Okay. All right. Now, before I get going, I need to see some ones in the chat to make sure that you can hear me okay, that you can see me okay, and then we're going to keep it moving, okay? And while I'm reviewing some stuff, please let me know how your week went. Did you end red? Did you end green? What was the stock play for you? And if there's anything that you want me to look at, like a particular stock, it's cool. Let me know, and I will do my best to accommodate. Now, I don't think my music is rolling, but we're going to fix that right now because we can't be in silence. Let me know if you can hear me and you can hear my music, and make sure the levels are good. Let's reset those ones and let me know. Okay, so as those ones are rolling in, only got 2. I need some participation here. Don't be on the sidelines with your ones in your pocket. Come on, we need the ones up, all right? Essentially, this week was insane. If you guys have been following, I've been posting economic news this entire week. We had the FOMC, we had earnings, we had, well, I don't know if we had earnings, but we had FOMC and some economic news that came in, and it was coming in hot. There was a lot of bullish things happening, but then there's still a lot of uncertainties that were going on. On top of that, we were rolling into this Friday, which is the quad witching hour, which is a lot of market makers or whatnot is just trying to kill contracts. So a lot of people got smoked on short-term plays. I got smoked on a couple plays 100%, and I don't shy away from my L's. It is what it is. I'm going to take them, and more times than not, if I'm taking an L, it's because I was taking a big swing, or, you know, it was almost like a gamble, right? At the end of the day, with the market the way it is and how the charts were set up, we didn't really know what direction the market was going, but we did know the range to which the market was playing, and the levels were set. If you were day trading and scalping, it was your paradise. That's why I put the Nate Dogg's Gangster Paradise quote out there today. Essentially, we knew where the floor was when we knew where the ceiling was. So if you just played aggressively towards the lower end, right, and had like a moderate, stop loss, then you would be fine if you were playing calls, to the way up. And the moment that you seen rejection or like a reversal candle at the top of a range, then all day you already know it's time to get out or maybe flip it to a short. I can name off every I'm just getting off of work, but I can name off every level for the most part of all the plays from the top to the bottom, because it was consistent for the past 2 weeks essentially. All right, so it wasn't a mystery. The only thing that chopped people up was chop. Like everything that tripped people up was chop. All right, so that's why when you're doing your TA, that's why we trade in zones. We don't trade on fixed levels. There's no, hey, if it hits this level, I'm out. That's not how I trade. You can trade that way. It can work for you that way. It is what it is. I trade in zones. I provide you support, resistance, supply, demand, okay? In those ranges. And then I'm looking at volume and price action around those levels to determine, am I staying in? Am I getting in? Am I getting out? It is what it is, right? So if you've been eating off of that, or if that's been making more sense to you, let me know. Hey, Lisa, police in the Discord, I'm so sorry. because your boy went a little cray cray when it came to the tags today. So my bad. Um, it won't happen again. Um, let's see. Let me read the comments. I don't know how many people we got watching, but we're gonna move on pretty soon here. I think it sounds perfect. Some may want tiny bit lower. I like the tunes though. Okay. If you need me to turn down anything, let me know. I feel like the tunes kind. Oh, it's not in the loop. Hold up. Let's get that going. I'm gonna turn down the tunes just a little bit, and hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it sounds right. Again, send my sincerest apologies to our boy and to you. All right, so I gave you the quick rundown of what we're doing. I want to go over the winning trades, and the winning trade so far this week was Nvidia, Tesla, and SPY. Those things were pretty consistent with those levels, right? SPY essentially, and I can move over to a chart so you don't need to see my big head this whole time. Give me one moment. Studio. All right, and y'all stick around because at the end of this, we're going to get into a drawing for the journal, okay? And if you already have a journal, you know, you can still participate. We'll see what happens, okay? That's it. But anyway, yeah, so those were the plays. So Nvidia, right? Nvidia was, the floor for Nvidia for me was 1574, right? Like now, of course, it wicked below that, and 1514 was the absolute breaking point. So weakness below that for me, you know, it was probably a no-go. But we wicked every time we touched it. Okay, so you played it at 115.14 to 115.74, and you got in those calls and you gave yourself some breathing room. Then you rolled that all the way up to 118.28. That's just what it was. Like, I don't even need to look at my charts to know that that's levels, right? So rinse and repeat on Nvidia. Tesla, I called today that if we broke above, I want to say it was 245. I got to double check my numbers. But that was my point. Above that level, confirmation was bullish, below is bearish, and I think we closed above it, so that's a solid sign. SPY, kind of the same thing, right? It was like 550, 558.12 was the floor, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 550? I'm about to pull up the charts. It's okay. I'm about to pull up the charts. We're gonna find out. But we knew the floor and the ceiling is all I'm trying to say. Okay. Now let me know what play worked for you. Let me know if there's any play that I called out that you guys smoked on, and that's okay. I guess I could take ownership, but you know, I didn't press the button. But at the same time, like, I know that there was a few plays out there that I didn't give as much details as I normally would, likely because your boy was just on the road or doing something, and at that point I just need to learn to just not say anything. But sometimes I just feel bad because if it ran and like your boy's in the play and I post like a screenshot of a win and you're like, man, where was that play at? Then I feel bad. At the end of the day, y'all, we got to do our own due diligence. Okay, we got to know our levels. Hold up, is this right? Yeah. I switched screens. Can you confirm that you can still hear me and everything's still okay? Okay, so we will talk about Boeing as well, which was like a last minute play today that I called out, and how I scaled into that position. Could it have been a bad idea? Time will tell. It's a risk, it's a gamble, but I knew the risk before I got into it. Okay, so let's talk about how we won. Okay, not on futures. We killed in the futures though. We talked about it. Okay. Let me flip my screens over here. Excuse me, y'all. Now this won't be long because I understand that, you know, it's the weekend and people aren't trying to be staring at charts. I like to say Hakuna Matata, the past is the past. You are offline. The markets aren't. Don't miss a move. Why am I offline? Reload. All right. Can y'all? I didn't get some. Okay. Reading the comments. I didn't trade any this week. Good for you, Eric. I worked too much, but I'm still here. I love to see it. Shelly, I didn't get smoked, but got out because of UPS and downs on Tesla. Went 5, then it ran. Okay. Lisa, I'm sorry, Shelly. We will be talking about that today. Okay. In our next live. Okay. But let me pull up Tesla because that might be the easiest. All right. So, man, okay, we ran. So I called Tesla right here. Okay. I called Tesla right here as we were approaching this level. I said that if Tesla broke 245, hold on, let me blow up my screen. Actually, let me go black mode for you. Let's see here. Black mode. There we go. Give me a minute. I was researching this new thing and I don't like it. So just so you know. I didn't like it. Duplicate. All right, let's go Tesla. All right, can y'all see the numbers okay? I like to have this blown up, right? So people can see it properly. But essentially, for Tesla at 245, this level, so around here is when I called Tesla and I said, hey, if we cross 245 and we confirm above, then we will be bullish, okay? I want to say before we even crossed, because of what I was looking at, what I seen, I was already in a call. But I called it, and then I called it again after we had confirmed, okay? And sure enough, look at where we are. Where's the after hour starts? So this right here is pretty much where we closed. Nice big green candle, and look at us now, right? All right, so yeah, it's cool and cute that it's up where it is. At the end of the day, it ain't no profits until Monday opens. So this looks all pretty right now, coming from 245 to 249. We love to see it, but if we aren't positive when market opens Monday, then this it's for naught. It is what it is. It was pretty on the weekend, but we're trying to make money, right? So this was a nice move that I called out. Hopefully some of y'all ate. Let me know if you got that call out. And if you got it and didn't play it, that's fine. I still want to know if you got the call out. I want to make sure that what I'm communicating is getting through. Okay. All right. Still in BA play. Okay. Didn't get, okay. And bigger. Got in early. Okay. We're going to talk about BA 100%. But Tesla's looking fire. So Tesla was a move. I'm still in a call that I'm holding over the weekend. We'll see how that pans out. Let's talk SPY. All right. So with the SPY, really 560? Was it 563? Hold up. I want to make sure that I ain't tweaking. Thursday, Friday. What time frame am I on? One moment. I gotta make sure that I'm on the right stuff. Any questions, put it in the comments. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I noticed we got a new member. I haven't seen that person talk. That's fine. But just know the link that I sent you, there are 101 classes that I have for members only, okay? So you'll be able to go onto that YouTube playlist that only you can see, and then you can catch up with the rest of the Discord, all right? It says I am not active, so let's reload the page. What is going on? Reload without saving. Whatever. All right, so yeah. And I even put this out. All right. Sorry about that. So this is today. I called SPY in here. Okay. I said that we were looking at calls. And the reason why I called calls on SPY is because I see this. And if you know, or if you have my chart cheat sheet for price action, candlestick patterns, then you know that this is a bullish engulfing bar, right? So this right here told me that likely we were going to head up. This has been a consistent foundation here for us, okay? Once we got up beyond the demand zone here, we were solid. So we got some chop. Now, the problem with the chop is that people get nervous and skittish and stuff, and it makes total sense because the market is playing games. They're playing with your emotions all day. And if you are a scalper or day trader, this is probably frustrating the heck out of you, right? Because you get in, and the moment you get in, it goes against you, right? Like, especially, like, this is a 5-minute, but if you see a candle, like, going up and you're trying to get, like, catch the move early, then you're getting smoked, right? And it's kind of hard. This is why, though, like, my mindset is swing trade. Even if your intention is to day trade, if you have a swing trade mindset, then you're more likely to not get smoked. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that you're not worried about 5 minutes from here. You're worried, your concern is an hour from here, 15 minutes from here, right? It's not 1 minute or 1 to 5 minutes from here. So this choppy stuff, yeah, I'm not really worried about it because when I'm looking at this is low volume, even though this is all low volume. And then we kick it up right here and we have an increase in buying volume. So I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the bottom wicks come in. I'm seeing us get further away from this line of 558.14, right? So I'm building confidence in that. And even though this pull back and touch this line, my mindset is if I don't fall below, if I don't close below, confirm below, right, and show like weakness below this line, then the play isn't dead, right? That's just what it is. So I called this. I put this out there as we were floating around here, right? So, you know, there might have been a play or two you got smoked on because rail was too early, but rail also called some great plays, all right? I can't get them all right. Sometimes I'm in too early. Sometimes I get FOMO and stuff too. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on me, and I'll never front and tell you otherwise. But that was a good move, right? And all of these are previous demand zones that we are breaking. This was a previous supply zone that we now broke. So I can get rid of that. I can say short term, this is a supply zone. Okay. And now here we are floating. We're floating. And if we stay above this line, if we get above this line right here of 565, and we can confirm above it, then we're off to 566 and off to the races. Likely we'll have a gravitational pull towards this high volume node here, 567 to 567. All right. Nonetheless, hopefully that makes sense. Got in early, yes. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense to you. If everything that I said so far makes sense. I want to make sure, I know a lot of people are coming from work, commuting, all that other good stuff, but I do want to make sure that people are catching. Let's see here. Let's go. Gotta make an announcement. I'm not tagging. We're live. Okay. Any questions? Thank you so much for putting a 1 in the chat. Bro, how do you achieve your level? I'm sorry. What does that mean, Arlen? I like that name, by the way. Is that your real name? Arlen King? But Lynette, thanks for the 1. Eric, thanks for the 1. I just want to make sure we're getting what I'm saying. Okay, so this is a good example because on another chart about, so yeah, let me refresh this. This is still SPY. I'm just showing y'all on a different, giving you a different look. No. Okay, no, I like the other one better. Okay. So essentially, I did have I had a zone laid out right here. Because this is my fib, right? This was my my fib golden pocket, right? You can't really see it, but, and I don't put all those other lines on my fibs. So let me just see where I had this drawn from. Yeah, so I had this drawn from here. So all the way back here, this was like a little golden pocket. Now, essentially, you probably heard of it before, but this either acts as a support or resistance, right? But this is an important level to look through, because if you have momentum going into this level, then likely you're going to be more bullish, because it failed to reject as it, came here, came up, retest, fell down, broke through, right? Broke through, came back into the golden pocket, but it found support at the 50% mark, right? So this was my indicator, right? This whole time. We called this before. We called it here. We called it here. It just kind of fell back in this zone, but we did not fail to get out of it. So when you see something like this, likely this is also a demand area, high volume area, a lot of buyers and sellers. Then that tells me that this is a position to which I can scale into it, right? And when you scale into a demand zone, it's not bad. The reason why is because you know where your stop loss is. Your stop loss is weakness below the demand zone. Now, sometimes the demand zones are too big, too wide, right? And then you can lose more than 15, 20, 30%, whatever. But you have to just kind of understand the concept of scaling into a position and not trading out of fear. All right, so anyway, that's what that was. Okay, checking the chat. That's a dope name. All right, I see you. All right, so that's SPY. Any questions on SPY or Tesla, right? Because now I'm gonna go right into Nvidia, which I made a lot of money on Nvidia, but I also got smoked. No cap, I got smoked. Trying to be cute, right? Nvidia pretty much did its thing, and I'm super zoomed in right now, so let's fix this. I know there's a lot on my screen. Let's go here. Let's clean it up a little bit. All right, so with Nvidia, I had this all drawn out, and then I put this out to my Discord, right? I think I put this out to almost everybody, but specifically someone was asking for the charts. So these lines were like my example lines, pretty much what I thought would happen. So these were made like back here, right? And essentially Nvidia followed my path that I drew up here, right? Almost to the T, right? So essentially we knew that this was the top. Like we called this. This was drawn up before this area even happened. This was drawn up, was it? No, this was drawn up probably here. I gotta double check when I drew this up. It was definitely this week. But anyway, so we were in a supply zone, so where sellers are pretty much taking over, right? And then we kind of sold out of it, right? On multiple occasions. So we failed to break through our level of 120. So, but again, with Nvidia, just like everything else, here, let me, we had this head and shoulders. And I did say that there's a potential that this doesn't actually play out. And we had this demand zone here as protection. So first drawing right here was the concept of the Head and Shoulders. Let me highlight it in like a different color so you guys can see. Let's go that way and let's thicken it up. Okay, so this is what I first drew, and this was drawn before we hit this peak. Yep. Okay. But the second drawing was, if it played out right as a bearish pattern, then we would break this demand, right, and then retrace and then proceed down to this level right here of 104. So this would have been worst case scenario, but we were prepared for shorts 100%. However, it did the other thing, right, which I did talk about. I just deleted another line and we traded within our pocket, right? This right here, this is our pocket that we've been trading in. So Nvidia, again, was the play where if you got in the bottom at the demand, you could have played more aggressively and then rolled the ride up to about 118. Okay, it was a rinse and repeat on a couple occasions. Once we found support here, we kind of knew that this was a strong floor, and it was drawn up. See how it touched? Okay, you just pay attention to how price reacts to a level and how many times it reacts to that level, right? False breakdowns, right? All over the place. Then we finally broke out of this demand zone and we failed to retest it. So, and now we're on the uptrend for the most part. We still need to break this, but we're waiting to see what news comes out at this point. But nonetheless, there's plays everywhere. It was a day trader's paradise, is what I've been trying to say. Okay, that's Nvidia. At the end of the day, I played Nvidia too hot, right? Especially when we got above this area, right? So I played it up and we made almost a stack. I don't remember. And then once we retraced and went back in, you see this big green candle. Well, if I zoom in, right, I'm seeing this, but then my brain should have told me that this was weak. I know I'm going into supply, but after seeing this and then breaking through it, right? And we already had an attempt. And then here we go with a weak attempt. I see how weak these candles are. And then like, here we go again. But this time we have a thicker bar coming in. The problem is that we wicked right away. Sellers showed up, said, slapped you back into reality and said, yeah, nah, you're not coming through, right? So this was some hope, right? Like, we shouldn't trade off a hope, but when you see a strong bar here and I got an imbalance and I got demand, then you're thinking, okay, well, I got a stronger chance. But unfortunately, when you look at this, you notice that we thinned out, right? So we were losing momentum, right? And it is what it is. So I got smoked there because I held too long. I was up on all my Nvidia plays, and it is what it is. I just got smoked, okay? Now here we are in an ascending like wedge or whatever. I forgot what it's called. All right, so let me pause. Let me ask a good question, right? Did you play Nvidia this week or last week? And if so, did you win or did you lose? It's okay. Hey, part of this is a learning experience. We got to be humble and we got to be honest, right? I understand if you don't want to put your business out there, but nobody know you for real, right? Nobody know you. You know, we all trying to learn and grow. That's just what it's all about. Doing this together. Learning from lessons. So I just share with you how I took an L, right? I share with you how I was winning with Nvidia, but Nvidia smoked me at the end of the week because I got a false breakout, right? When I should have known better, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm human. But like, you're looking at a 5-minute. So if I'm zoomed out looking at the big picture and then I zoom in and I look at the 5-minute and I see a big solid green candle like this, I'm pretty excited about this move. And then we come down to just retrace and bounce back, I'm pretty excited about that move. But then as you look at this, it still doesn't look bad. It's a little choppy, a little wicky, right? And even this, like, y'all, like when you see solid bars like this, you see it here and here, right? That's typically an indication of, we're going to continue up. But nope, they had other plans. Now, as we came down, we did lose. You can tell we lost steam. Yeah, it's like the buyers gave up, and there wasn't a lot of sellers. You know what I mean? That's what this looks like. Buyers was like, we're good. We got our money. We're going to take a break. And then like 5 sellers just came in and say, okay, we're just going to sell it all the way down. That's not how it works, but that's just what it looks like. Nope. I got smoked with Tesla calls options that expire worthless today. I understand that. Yes, won and lost over trading. Hey, that's the name of the game. All right. Thanks for sharing, y'all, for sure. So I'm running a little bit behind. We're gonna talk about Boeing, and then we're gonna have a takeaway from the market this week, and then we're going to do the drawing, and then we're gonna kind of pivot to the members only stream. So members, I think I said the stream is gonna start at like 5:45 or something like that. Maybe I'll just update that now. Yeah, it'll be all right. We're gonna start after this. Okay, so essentially, before we get off Nvidia, essentially, hopefully we have positive like news from economic data or more government tariff issue conversations and stuff like that. Hopefully, like something like positive happens to which we can see more of an upside, because we held strong. We broke down. We broke all the way down. We called all this, right? We called all this, and look where we are. It's not bad. It's not bad. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the market is in still a technical downtrend. It's horrible levels, but I think y'all get the picture. Let's see here. And okay. And let's zoom in. And this is Nvidia, just Nvidia has been getting smoked. Not smoked, but in the GPU game, they've been they didn't have the greatest release. I know because I can't get one. All right, but anyway, so this is where we are. Essentially, as long as we live above this level, right? If we get above 118, like I've been saying, and we can hold that, sky's the limit, right? We're good. All right. But I'll be looking at this on Sunday, and I'll be putting out an options trade play. Probably 3 different plays, okay? If I can have it my way, I'm going to have one for the minnows, one for the dolphins, one for the orcas, and then I don't know if I'm going to have 3 different videos or just one video, but we'll figure it out. All right, so Boeing, I think that's next on my list. Let's go to BA. Yes, 1 loss, okay. Okay, so, okay, so I had Boeing priced up on a different chart. Didn't even know. That looks good though. Let's go back over here. Okay, and this was on the 65 minute. Let's keep it on that. All right, so I put out Boeing, right? And when I put out Boeing, like I was at a gas station, I peeked at my phone, and I was like, well, I was listening to Trump talk, right? Let's see here. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. So I was listening to Trump's announcement, and he was talking about the student loan not the student loan, but the Department of Education, pretty much kind of dismantling that for the most part, and then putting it back in the hands of the states. And then he announced that he had been working with the Air Force. Air Force was looking for buyers or bidders for their F-47 fighter jet. So essentially, Boeing was given the contract, right, to produce these fighter jets. Now, we already know that Boeing's went through a lot of scrutiny with their planes. Planes are crashing. Things aren't just like, things aren't the way they're supposed to be. But anyway, despite all that, they're getting government contracts for fighter jets. So, it's a lot of fear-mongering stuff going on. Who knows? But Boeing has proven to be one of those that just isn't going anywhere. And I think it's because there's just too many big whales, big pockets in that company. So it's like a too big to fail. Boeing isn't going anywhere. Now, am I like a big fan or a believer in the company? No, that's why I didn't buy shares. I bought options, and I scaled into it. And we're going to talk about why and how. So essentially, I called Boeing as we were running up, right? And obviously, as we're running up, I think we were about 180, 181 when I called it, and it ran up to 183.41. So some of you probably did make money, but then, it turned around on us, and then, this happened. So as we seen this bar come up, I was like, okay, I need to scale back. I need to take a peek, and I need to, let me get a better view here so you guys can get more chart and less me. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Okay. So let me just, I don't need to be that big. All right. So that's where I was able to pause, guys and gals, and just look at my technicals. So essentially, after I did all my technical analysis or whatnot, I identified my supply and demand zone. And essentially, I said, I got in around here, and because I'm a swing trader, because the account that I trade out of, I'm in it until the next day, 24 hours. It's just what it is. I had to identify where was my zones, and then also I had to communicate with y'all so people didn't really freak out, because you see these big red candles and you kind of worry, and I totally understand. So I put out that here's our demand, here's our supply, but I would not look to get out of this position unless I seen weakness below the 1 hour chart, below this line on the 1 hour. Okay, here's the 1 hour. There's no weakness. Now you can say that this is a strong red candle going into it, but when I say like the weakness, there was no confirmation below. It did not open, it didn't stay below the level. And also I took into consideration what today was and how manipulated the market was going to be. So a couple of things, and I'm going to get into this more with the members after this, and we're going to wrap this up soon. While I'm talking, we're close to the end of the session. So please put, let's see here. What's today? Friday? One second here. Okay. All right, so I don't get confused. Go ahead and put a fire emoji in the chat if you want a journal. Okay, that will be your official entry for a journal. You can do one fire emoji or 10, it doesn't matter. Just put a fire emoji in the chat, and then I will use that, add the names, and then we're gonna do a drawing. Okay, so essentially, y'all already know your boy, I trade off of supply demand, like support resistance, right? So, but at the end of the day, when I look at this, I see this big move, and this was probably on the news of Trump, and I missed the initial, right? I don't know when the news came out. I think it was earlier today, pretty much when I called it. I think I was 29 minutes shy of getting in. Like, I was 29 minutes after watching that video. So the video came out 29 minutes before I watched it. And I think that's where we see this pop off happen, right? But essentially, as the stock is coming down, I'm seeing these big green buying candles and not a lot of strong sellers. Okay, so like I'm paying attention to this, but then I'm also looking for imbalances and whatnot. So I put these lines in the middle of my chart or my boxes because these zones just tell me that, you know, they're indications for me of whether or not I should be bullish or bearish on a play. I'm not going to get into it in depth. If you remember, you already know what's going on. But essentially, this being an imbalance zone told me that I'm not really worried until we fall below. And that's where the confirmation below this demand zone came from. That's why I wrote this on the chart so people had some type of guidance, okay? Because I know a lot of people were scared watching this. But bigger picture is all of this was here. Also, if you understand fibs, you probably notice that, you know, we have all of this level here, and it's at the 38% level. It failed to break it. It's not even going to test the golden pocket. Okay, so, and I guess if I really wanted to draw this up from where we took off, our lowest point of the retracement, yeah, we're there, and then next leg up. So if I use this biggest wick leg up, then we're testing the 50. Okay, because there's no imbalance here. This is just this is demand established down here. So I guess that would have been a good one to use. So demand is established at this point. Okay, and then we have our golden pocket. I don't use a fib all the time, but you know, that's how I have it. That's the only thing that really matters in my opinion. So I have it nice and bright for people to see. I love the fire chats. Keep it coming. If you are a Discord member, what's up, Christian? Shout out to Christian. Eric, you guys will be in a separate drawing. Okay? All right. And no shame in my game. There's a super chat button if y'all can appreciate anything that I'm saying. But you don't have to. But I'm going to say something. All right. So that's what happened. So, like, I'm not scared. I'm in my position. It is what it is. The weekend's going to be the weekend. I have no idea what the government's going to say. So anything that you hold over the weekend or overnight is absolutely a gamble. So just know what you're doing, what you're getting into, because ultimately, if I look at the volume, I got to be quick. If I look at the volume, well, we have an increase in selling volume and a slight decrease in buying volume, which makes sense what we see here. So we really need to see what the weekend has in store for us. However, this isn't solid supply for me, but we do have an imbalance, right? So now we officially need to break through. And for me on Boeing, essentially we need to cross this level of 180.75 so we can be back on a positive trajectory. We need to eat this up. Now, I was really hoping that we closed above demand at 179.75, but it didn't happen. It is what it is. So I would have been more comfortable in our position at that point. But yeah, that's all we got. So look at the chat. I think we only got 14 people here. It is what it is. I'm a small channel. I go live mainly for the members and sometimes for public. So got the fire emojis. Christian, just know, bro, you're gonna get a journal for free. Okay, don't even worry about it. Okay. Eric, I'd be surprised if you don't have a journal, but but you can enter in the next one when we go live. So before I tune out, is there any questions? I want to make sure that I covered everything. All right. Yeah, so I'll give it like 2 to 3 minutes. Um, give me a couple questions. I'll answer them to the best of my abilities as fast as I can. Is there anything in particular you're looking for, um, or like a stock or whatever that you're interested in? Just let me know. Um, but ultimately, got another week in the books, right? We went through the ringer the past 2 weeks, and the chop was real. But we have to understand that even though it was chop, market did give us some direction, right? Even though there was chop, where are we? How did that look so good? 1 minute? Okay, I'll go to 1 minute. Wow, this is negative. So this is gonna half pike right here. So that's not really good. I'm looking for questions and I'm gonna get into it. But yeah, again, even though this is chop, market gave us some direction. Right? Where's the SPY? Let's go. Let's go SPY. Same thing, right? Even though it's chop, market gave us direction. Okay, so just got to pay attention. Hey, I appreciate it, VCD. Hey, consider becoming a member, man. Love to have you. Link at the top. What's up, Doji? Man, prayers out to you, man. Hopefully everything is well. I'll hit you up in the DMs later tonight, maybe. Can you look at CH? All right, I got 2 minutes. I'll look at the stocks as quick as I can. Then I got to go over to the members only live stream. Okay. SCHD. SCHD. Did I get that right? Okay. I don't know. VCD, again, thank you for the $2. Guys, just so y'all know, when I get super chats, like I try not to skim over them because you guys don't have to do that. And I genuinely do appreciate it, even if it's $1 or whatever it is. That's just love, and I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you, V. So I don't, somebody said, can you look at SCHD? Well, I mean, I can look at anything, I suppose, but it's like, what are you trying to accomplish with it, right? So I guess if I give you like a quick rundown of what I see, right? I see that we were in an uptrend and then we fell through this uptrend and then we retested. I can actually adjust this a little bit more. We retested, but we failed to get back into it, right? So as of right now, we have a broken trend and we don't know what's kind of going on right now, right? My tinnitus is kicking in. Hold up. All right. Like one of the easiest things apparently to get disability for, which I'm glad I got it. It pisses me off, but whatever. All right. So yeah, I mean, I guess we're trying to figure out what's going on with it. I guess the only thing I can do to kind of help you out is look back in history and then see if what we got going on here. And I suppose right here was a previous supply zone, so that would tell me that likely this is our floor. And sure enough, look how it reacts to it. So I just gave you your floor, okay? Now, I see it's breaking through here. I trust, I know why. Perfect. All right. So, essentially, with CH, well, SCHD. This pocket is kind of where I'd be watching. If we can stay above here and confirm, like, and start to see some buying volume going up, which is kind of what we're seeing to an extent. We can be bullish, but hold up. But we have too many barriers. Try to be quick. We got too many barriers. So we got supply here, and then this right here was a previous zone for supply. So that would tell me that this was established as a potential demand area, right? So now you're kind of ranged, okay? All right, Discord people, I'm sorry if I'm late. I don't go live often for public, so just bear with me so I can take care of the people, right? Hey, Arlen, I appreciate that though. Big dog, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so it's the demand here. So if we can continue, right, we might be pretty solid. But right now, you have a couple little barriers to get through. Okay. So here's your walls. You don't want to come back and retest, but if you do, this zone is your buying opportunity. Okay. And then your stop would be below the zone here. Okay. But anyway, we're looking to likely hit this piece before we either reject, right? Retrace here and probably come back into it. Probably something like this if we're going to be bullish. Okay? If we're going to be bullish, that's probably how this is going to kind of pan out. If we're going to be bearish, then likely we're going to just do one of these. Yep, that looks like it makes sense. Something like that. Okay? So just know. But a solid bar like this is good to see. We just need to see what happens with this bar right here. Okay. We also got an imbalance here. Yeah, so we're good. There's the potential bullishness here. But if I was watching this, I'd love to get above 27.79 if I'm trying to enter, because I'm fearful that it won't pop in here and I might miss my opportunity. I can see myself hopping into a call once we cross here with bullish momentum, but this will be my stop loss. If we fall below and we show weakness below this level, that's where I'm done, okay? But I would also be very cautious once we arrive to this level here, okay? So that's not a big swing. I don't know how the options contracts are set with this, but hopefully that helps. Okay. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, big dog. I appreciate you. All right. I got the fire emojis. We're about to do... Okay. You know what? We're done. Yeah, I'm in a call. Expired 417. I think you got time. You just gotta, man, just gotta hope that the market doesn't flush over the weekend. That's all we can say. Because, yeah, that's all I can say about it. Again, like, you have to see, like, we had this uptrend, right? And then we established a lower or a higher low from here to here, which is good to see. But nonetheless, again, here's another uptrend that we failed to continue, right? And we're breaking below it yet again. So this is a weird path. So, but anyway, time will tell. I'll keep my eyes on. I'll put me an alert here because it looks like it's a cheap stock. Therefore, there's likely cheap contracts. So I got an alert here at my supply zone. I got an alert here at like my halfway point that we can cross, and right. And then I'm gonna put an alert here at demand. Okay, because all of these tells me a story of how I should react when I get this alert. Okay, so all love. So that being said, guess what? Arland, VCD, you're all the only people here that are not members that put the fire emojis in the chat. So you both get a journal. If you're in KGU, just shoot me a DM. If you want to become a member, hey, join up. All right, but I got you. Just DM me. Say, let me know what your name is here on YouTube that you just entered in on, and then I'll confirm, and then I'll get the information from you so I can ship you your journals. All right. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate the participation. I'm about to end this right now, but that's all I got. If you're a member, stay tuned. We're gonna kick it over right away to the members only live stream. This Stocks for Real. Take care.